This movie is bad. It might almost be so bad that it makes me want to watch it because I don't remember the last one that I finished as far as Hallmark movies go because I've been too much into watching British um, mysteries, crime shows. That's just been my jam lately. So, this is Romance to the Rescue, and it's really bad. And it starts with this lady who she has a checklist of things that she wants to do, including getting a job at an organic grocery store, and then becoming the employee of the month, and then becoming a buyer. And then there was something else, but ultimately she wants to like make her own products and sell them. But the grocery store is part of the plan so she can see what does sell. And oh, perfect partner. She's also looking for a perfect partner. And then she lists off all of these things that she wants in a perfect partner. And one of the things was gluten free. So there's a new manager at the store, and so we see all of these things happen in quick succession, like because we're only 7 minutes into this movie, and she got hired, and then she got employee of the month, and then she became a buyer, and so this new manager, she finds him very attractive, and she says, "Do you want to try this sample or something?" And he says, "Oh, I would, but I'm doing gluten free." So she gets excited by that, and I'm just like, if you need to eat gluten free because you have like a celiac sensitivity or something, like I'm all for it, and I could think that's a completely great idea. Um, so I don't know why I found um, that you want a partner who doesn't eat gluten. Like, why would you care? I guess that's what I don't understand. Why would you care? If I wasn't so tired, I would really like. I'd like to stay up and watch this and see if it stays terrible. So anyway, I'll be back. So the new manager is talking about his dog, and then this lady who we've established, even though it's only been 7 minutes, as being her like Lex Luthor type of person in the store, starts talking about her dog, and then her little bestie is like, "Oh, she has a dog. I already forgot her name." And then so they pretty much paint themselves into a corner about her having a dog just because she's trying to impress this new manager guy. And then he's like, "Oh, that's great because we sponsor the Super Pups competition, and it's some dog competition, something or other." And the lady who's the Lex Luthor had said that her dog had been in commercials, and her dog was some kind of trained, but she's not agility trained, which they want for this Super Pups thing. Anyway, so she goes to the shelter and meets the male lead. We've seen him in a million things. I have no idea what his name is. Um, I feel like like he's usually the boyfriend that gets dumped. I don't remember seeing him in something where he's like the main guy. And I'm trying to picture which is the one where he gets dumped. I'm picturing something with Taylor. Um, what the hell's her name? Oh my god. I just oh, I'm so sleepy. Oh god. I love her. Anyway, I feel like there's something that he's in with her and he gets dumped. So now I have to go look it up. Anyway, so she shows up to this dog shelter and she's like wearing heels with her jeans. And she doesn't like have a purse, and like I'm like, where are your keys? Where's your phone? Where's your like I don't care a wallet, but like where's like how do you just walk into a place with like no stuff? This is stuff they do on TV shows all the time, I guess. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just nitpicking because I'm tired and I'm grouchy. It's so dumb. But don't want to keep watching it, so I'm back to it. Taylor Cole, and it was the movie that I was thinking of, Appetite for Love. And he also is the boyfriend that gets dumped in Christmas Detour. These with Candace Cameron. These are both movies that I've watched multiple times, so that's why I think of him as the boyfriend that gets dumped. But I'm sure he's been in stuff where he's doesn't get dumped. So, whatever. Anyway, this is legit one of the dumbest movies I have ever seen. I don't I don't e- I'm not even half through. I'm at the 50-minute mark, but I'm going to finish this. This is becoming like Godwink for me, where I'm just like, this is so bad, but it's I will regret not watching it because it's this bad. So her big thing on her list was that she wanted a man that was gluten free, which I still don't understand, because I would think that you would put on your list someone who could put up with the fact that I'm gluten free, because you know that can be, that's, I don't know. I haven't dealt with anybody who's gluten free. Like my kid isn't. I haven't had to deal with somebody with like dietary restrictions like that, and that would be, difficult. I would guess if you were the one who was like cooking for them and stuff like that, maybe. But at least she found out that the dog guy, is also gluten free accidentally, because she got some dog treats and Sam didn't like the dog treats, and she goes, "Well, let me give him some of my gluten free bar." And then he loved it, and then she was out of them, and then she said um, something like that she could make some more. Anyway, and he said he was gluten free because when he was a kid, whenever he would eat wheat, he ate rashes. He got rashes, and she said, "Yeah, the rashes are the worst." So then they had a cute little bonding moment over that. So I guess maybe you'd want somebody gluten free to know what you were going through. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know much about it. Like, I actually looked at, like, because as a large person carrying a lot of extra weight, um, it's something that I thought about. Like, I've eaten keto before, and I thought about maybe if I tried to go gluten free, maybe that would help with like bloating and things, and it would help make me eat healthier, not processed foods and stuff. But I know next to nothing like about it. But I do know that peanut butter doesn't have any gluten, because peanut butter is made out of peanuts, and gluten is found in wheat, and peanut butter doesn't have any wheat. So they're making these bars, and she said, "I'm just going to grab the gluten-free peanut butter." Well, I don't think you have any peanut butter that has gluten in it, because peanut butter doesn't have gluten. So, and I went on Google to confirm that I wasn't making that up. So, like, if you're going to make this be one of your things, which is again one of the, I'm going to say it's the dumbest requirement for a partner that I've ever seen on anything in my entire life. And I mean, I don't know, I don't have a good memory, so there could be something that is even dumber. And I'm sure that there are people out there in real life who have dumber things that they would want in a partner. But if this is going to be your thing as the person writing this movie, then you would at least know that there's no gluten in peanut butter. I mean, anyway, I'm gonna go back to it. She just introduced her friend, who's her coworker, as her colleague and coworker, and then she introduced the dog guy, Kevin, as her friend and her trainer. Wouldn't she have introduced the coworker as her friend and colleague, or her friend and coworker, as opposed to coworker and colleague, which mean the same thing? Yeah. This movie's still bad. I'm still totally going to finish it though. I'm an hour and 17 in. The dog is very cute. Can't remember if I said it. He gives me some dog with the blog vibes, and I can't remember if I said because I started this like what all the way yesterday, and that was a really long time ago. So I don't remember if I said that, but Dog with the Blog was a show on Disney, and I absolutely love that show. And I watched it with my kid when my kid was little, and even though my kid is no longer little, I would probably literally still sit down and watch reruns of that show, like no doubt. So anyway, let me go finish this movie. So they are having a good time. They go on a date because her coworker and colleague offers to babysit the dog. So they go to get some like froyo or some ice cream rather, and taking a walk in the park, and he's talking about having fun on the swings, and there are swings at the park, and they get vacated and they go and swing on these swings, and she's like, this is great, why don't we go watch a movie? And he's like, well, I haven't gone to the movies since we saw a screening of The Incredible Journey. So I had to go look up The Incredible Journey. It's like from 1963. It's a Disney movie about three, like a couple of dogs and a cat who get dropped off with a friend of the family for the summer while the family does something for the summer, and they want to travel 250 miles to like get back home. Okay, I've never seen this movie. I'm sure it's delightful, but I guess they just want to make sure that we haven't forgotten that he loves dogs and he runs a shelter. And so he says, well, we could go watch a movie at my house, which if this wasn't a Hallmark movie, you know what that would mean. That would mean like some Netflix and chill, right? But no, he literally like has her back at the house now, and he just popped out a DVD of The Incredible Journey. So they're getting ready to watch a dog movie. So I doubt that he's I guess you could still put on a DVD of a dog movie and still try to make some moves on somebody. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm so jaded. I'm so terrible. This movie is like so like I'm having such a weird relationship with it, and I'm gonna just when I get to the end of it, I'll try to figure out what that relationship is. Let's just do that. So in all these movies, we have to have the part where there's some sort of an issue, and so we knew what was that Kevin was going to find out that she adopted Sam in the first place to try to impress the store manager guy, and he just overheard her arch nemesis at the store um, saying as much, and her arch nemesis said, "You're a keener." Like, and so I feel like I'm missing something. Like, did a relative of hers work at this store before, or what the hell does that mean? Or does Keener mean something that I don't know what it means? Isn't that her last name? I'm so freaking confused right now. Anyway, the good news is there's only 16 minutes left, so let's go get this wrapped up. Nothing. I'm yelling at the movie. I literally just yelled. This movie is so stupid because now Trevor has come to. He interrupts her when she's talking to Kevin, Trevor, the manager guy that she thought was going to be her perfect guy in the first place, and says, "Can you help me with something in the back?" Like, literally comes and interrupts her conversation. And she's like, well, in the middle of something. And then Kevin's like, no, we're not, because he's pissed, right? That he's found out what this deal is. And then Trevor goes, well, like, I just wanted to ask you something. And then she's like, um, if you were going to ask me out. And then he was like, well, this is awkward because, no, I was going to see if you thought that Laura was interested in me. You interrupted their conversation so that you could ask her that. Who wrote this movie? I need to go look up who wrote this movie right now, and I need to make sure not to watch any more of their movies. But Again, let me see what else. 15 minutes. I'm feeling all kinds of like very confused right now because I looked up the writer. I already forgot her name. Her first name's Barbara. She wrote A Very Merry Mix-Up, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies with Alicia Witt and a guy, and I can't remember his name, but I love that movie. Seen it so many times. And then, but she also wrote Amazing Winter Romance, I think is the name of it. I'll have to look it up. That involved an ice maze. And that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So, and then, she's written a bunch and I've seen a bunch. She wrote Cookie Cutter Christmas and I like Cookie Cutter Christmas. But, wow. I'm just so confused. Like, the thing is, sometimes it's going to be a swing and a miss, and bless anybody that could sit down there at your typewriter, at your computer, at your word processor. Like I used to type my stuff at the typewriter and the word processor back in the olden days when I used to want to be writing movies. Bless for sitting down and getting this done and like actually doing it because you don't see me writing any movies. So you know what? That's amazing that you did that. And again, sometimes it's going to be a swing and a miss. And you never know what happens after you write it and then it gets in the hands of the director and producers and whatever else. Who knows what they do. So, okay, let me go get this done. So I finished it. Like, I don't even. Just made it this box of clean. Like, what happened here? If I tell you that you should watch this movie, then I feel like, what is wrong with me? But at the same time, I watched the whole thing. I don't remember the last time I watched the entire like Hallmark movie. I think it was the one with the singing in New York and the guy with the hat and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? That I really like. It's so stupid, but I did wind up smiling at the end. I don't even know. I'm so confused. It's very confusing how I feel about this movie. Like if I saw like I would not go out of my way to be like I'm going to sit there and watch this movie again. Like it's not like that. But would I put it on again for background and cringe at the stuff about, the gluten free, that the man needs to be gluten free and stuff? Yeah, I probably would. But the dog is really cute and it's I watched the whole thing. So I don't even know. I don't even know how to process this. I'm very confused. Maybe by the time that I go, get around to making this, editing this all up, like tomorrow, maybe I will have thought more about it. Though probably not, because this isn't a movie that you're going to think about ever again. It's not like that. It's not going to leave an impact. It's not going to change your life. If anything, it will make you dumber. It will make you like lose brain cells. That's not a good thing. So, I don't know what to tell you, but if you watch it, let me know. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if at all you can understand why. I'll be especially interested to hear if you have an experience similar to the one that I did. Okay? And if you watch this, because I feel like I talked a lot, then wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll be back again with something else, hopefully better than this one. Okay.